Workforce development initiatives in Peoria are gaining steam and filling a lot of the job openings in the region's major industries. That's just one of the things you want to hear about to start your day for Wednesday, July 10th. I'm Tim Shelley, and this is WCBU's On Deck. The Morton Education Association and Morton School District have reached a tentative settlement on the financial issues holding up a new contract agreement. The union and school district bargaining teams worked with a federal mediator for 6.5 hours Monday night before tentatively settling their financial issues. That's according to a post directed to union members on the MEA's Facebook page. A joint statement from Superintendent Dr. Craig Smock and Union President Shane Wayland says the settlement is both financially responsible and supportive of the district's teachers. No details about the new contract will be revealed immediately because the two sides are still working out contract language that will be modified. It's hoped that MEA members will ratify the contract prior to the August 6th school board meeting, so the board can approve the contract before the start of the 2024-25 school year. The MEA's current 3-year contract with the school district expires August 1st. The union represents 240 teachers, counselors, and other staff in the district, which serves more than 3,200 students. Steve Stein contributed to this report. Here are some other stories we're following in the WCBU newsroom. Federal prosecutors say they're moving ahead with their indictment of former Illinois House Speaker Mike Madigan, despite a Supreme Court decision narrowing the bribery laws used to charge the Democrat. The Greater Peoria Mass Transit District is getting more than $14 million from the federal government to buy additional diesel-electric hybrid buses. Bradley University's Hometown Scholars Program is awarding 6 local students with full tuition. Find more of these stories and all the details at WCBU.org. Efforts to meet the Peoria area's workforce needs continue to make strides, but skill gaps still remain as the region aims to boost the economy and get people trained up for head-of-household careers. WCBU's Joe Deacon reports.
Steve Stewart is the Director of People and Culture for Morton Industries, a tubular and sheet metal fabrication business that's been in operation here for nearly 80 years.
Workforce is always a very important part of what we do. No matter what, it's always, for us, is about getting the right people. So that is the most critical.
Stewart says their employment needs peaked just a few years ago amid the COVID-19 pandemic.
I mean, at one point, we probably had 150 openings. And, we have a workforce in the Morton, Illinois area of about 650 employees. So having that many openings it was challenging.
Stewart says to rebuild its workforce, the company used multiple recruitment lanes beyond simple advertising, such as apprentice programs, referral incentives for existing employees, and offering part-time positions. Now they're down to around 10 vacant positions.
I think the manufacturing is becoming a cool career again. The technology we have, how clean, how bright, and the computerized all of our machines that we have, and it pays well. So I think the students see this as a great opportunity to get into a career.
Stewart says a dedicated focus on workforce development in the Peoria area deserves credit for helping people find employment across many job sectors. Chris Setti is the CEO of the Greater Peoria EDC. He says workforce development is at the heart of economic development.
We consistently hear from our existing businesses that their number one barrier to growth or to success is having the right number of people, right? The right people at the right time with the right skill set. When we are talking with potential investors into the region who might be coming here, the number one question they always ask is, what does your talent pipeline look like?
Illinois Central College President Sheila Quirk-Bailey says beyond manufacturing, the Peoria region has significant workforce needs in sectors like healthcare and information technology. She says that since the Regional Workforce Alliance was established in 2018, the number of adults in the region with post-secondary job credentials increased from 40% to 43%. However, the number of jobs requiring them ticked up from 60 to 65%, and 4% of the adults who had degrees moved out of the area, so the workforce gap remains.
Regardless, we're working together now where we're actually, for the first time, moving forward in a positive direction into taking the people we have available and helping them move to the jobs that are available.
This week, ICC announced the launch of new programs in high-demand fields such as construction management, cybersecurity, and artificial intelligence. Quirk-Bailey says it's imperative to consider the community's long-term job needs.
I don't want someone to come and earn a degree in something that is not going to be available in 10 years. That doesn't quite seem fair. I also don't want someone to spend their hard-earned dollars and time to credential in something that is still going to pay minimum wage, because they could have walked in and got that job without any credential.
Highlighting their workforce equity initiative, Quirk-Bailey points out that getting people qualified for careers is only one part of expanding the employment base.
Many of our programs, we are focusing on individuals of poverty. The reason they're in poverty is that they do not have a marketable skill set that pays a family-sustaining wage. Once you put a program together that does that for them, and then you include the wraparound services, so is it transportation? Is it childcare? What does it take to get them through a program? Now they have a good job, but like I said, that first paycheck does not solve all of the barriers that they had coming out of poverty.
In her recent State of the City speech, Peoria Mayor Rita Ali emphasized the importance of getting people into the available jobs.
Our education and training partners are critical to developing the workforce that our employers need.
Ali says one goal in the city's new 5-year strategic plan is to increase the labor force by 3% annually. For WCBU's On Deck, I'm Joe Deacon.
Now, before we let you go, the Peoria Municipal Band is playing a free concert tonight at the corner of Water and State Streets. The performance starts at 7. And that's all for today. You can subscribe to WCBU's On Deck podcast on Apple, Spotify, or the NPR app.